almost all the results of the parliamentary and provincial elections are in. Leaders of the party at the forefront, Nepali Congress, are busy lobbying to be the next premier of the nation. With the hung parliament, more political maneuvers are likely to dominate national political affairs, both at the center and provinces. Good morning, I'm Abheudaya Shrestha, and these are the headlines of the hour. Top leaders of the ruling alliance parties making efforts to form the new government under their leadership without any discussions within their parties. Managing parties at Singhdarbar, a challenge with the rise in number of political parties. Whether the lawmakers deliver the voter aspirations remains to be seen. China in heavy lockdown after nationwide protests against China's strict zero-COVID policy and restrictions on freedoms. And Portugal advanced into the pre-quarterfinals, blanking Uruguay 2-0. Brazil also booked a spot in the last 16, edging past Switzerland 1-0 in FIFA World Cup. The results of the parliamentary and provincial elections held on November 20 are coming almost to an end. The leaders, meanwhile, are gallivanting around for their share in the new government and bagging support to be the next prime minister. The results declared so far have clearly shown what the next government would look like and what the parliament would consist of. The election results are in the last legs, but major parties have not called for central member or committee meetings. The leaders are individually running pillar to post, trying to get support to be the next prime minister. The first one to start the discussion with other parties was CPN-UML Chair KP Sharma Oli. Oli expressed his desire to work together with Prime Minister Sherbahadur Deuba and CPN Maoist Center Chair Pushpa Kamal Dahal. Likewise, Prakash Man Singh, who is also coveting the Prime Minister's seat, met with Chairman Oli, and there has been a meeting with CPN Unified Socialist Chair Madhav Kumar Nepal and Nepali Congress Senior Leader Ramchandra Paudel. The formation of a new government has been a concern for India as well, and Indian Ambassador to Nepal, Naveen Srivastav, who has also met with the leaders of different parties. This meeting, even before all the results of the elections are in, has been seen as something unusual by the politicians. The election results show that none of the parties are getting a majority this time around, and different equations for a possible government formation will be going around. Prime Minister is elected after an internal party decision and the possible leader further asking other parties for their support. After emerging as the largest party from the first Constituent Assembly election, CPN Maoist Center has been reducing in size in each of the following elections. During this period, the party has been very active in the formation and dissolution of governments. Party Chair Pushpa Kamal Dahal has been defining each of the crucial political moments in favor of his party. However, the upcoming national political scenario is not likely to proceed as expected by Dahal, who has been leading his party for the past 3 decades. Prior to the parliamentary and provincial elections, Dahal had claimed that his party would become the third largest party and a decisive entity at the House of Representatives. While the recent political results hint towards CPN Maoist Center being the third entity at the lower house, the party is not likely to have a decisive role. CPN Maoist Center has led the government on 3 occasions since signing the Comprehensive Peace Accord, while Dahal has had the decisive role in the political power balance. Despite playing such a crucial role in national politics, Dahal has failed in ensuring balance in his own party, as the party was divided in several occasions. Several leaders who supported him during the decade-long insurgency period, including Mohan Vaidya, Rambahadur Thapa, and Netra Bikram Chand, are no longer in the party. Dahal aimed of compensating the losses caused by the unification with CPN-UML and the split of the entity. However, the recent outcomes do not show any such results. Serious questions have also been raised against Dahal because of the drop in the number of seats won by CPN Maoist Center in the recent parliamentary and provincial elections. The race for the next prime minister has intensified inside Nepali Congress, which emerged as the largest party of the House of Representatives from the general elections. Discussions are yet to be held in Nepali Congress, while the process for the selection of the parliamentary party leader is yet to begin. Based on the statute of Nepali Congress, only the party's parliamentary party leader can become the prime minister. However, aspirants for Prime Minister in Nepali Congress have begun holding talks with leaders of opposition parties and promoting themselves in social networking platforms. Senior Nepali Congress leader Ramchandra Paudel, an aspirant for the next Prime Minister who was elected to the House of Representatives from Tanahu, met with CPN Unified Socialist Chairperson Madhav Kumar Nepal yesterday. Having suffered a defeat in the 2017 election, Paudel was out of the race for the parliamentary party leader last time. However, after winning the election this time, Paudel has already held separate talks with Nepali Congress President Sherbahadur Deuba and leaders Shashank Koirala and Prakash Man Singh. The party's General Secretary Gagan Thapa has also expedited talks with members of the party to strengthen his claim to be the next Prime Minister. Thapa has the support of another General Secretary, Vishnu Prakash Sharma. Former party General Secretary Prakash Man Singh, who had lost the race for the parliamentary party leader to Deuba in 2017, has already met CPN UML Chair KP Sharma Oli. Another former General Secretary, Shashank Koirala, had said that he would begin preparations for becoming the Prime Minister after the results of the general elections were out. Meanwhile, Shekhar Koirala, who had led the group against Deuba in the 14th General Assembly of Nepali Congress, is yet to air his statement. All these aspirants, excluding Deuba, belong to the same faction in the party's internal politics, while Deuba does not seem to have a competition from his own faction. With the Nepali Congress statute provisioning the party's parliamentary leader as the sole candidate for the Prime Minister, Deuba's claim seems to have better support inside Nepali Congress. Most of the winners from Nepali Congress in the direct category and those included in the proportionate category are in support of Deuba. Considering these scenarios, the absence of support from Deuba will only add complications for Thapa, Paudel, Singh and Koirala to be appointed as the parliamentary party leader. The failure of mainstream parties to collect a majority from the November 20 elections means that the equation of a new government is wide open. Parties have begun legworks for alliances to attain a majority, with a strong possibility of independent candidates and those from smaller and newer parties to be in the picture. 10 of the newly elected public representatives to the 275-member parliament are from smaller political parties, while 5 are independent candidates. In Madhya Province, Janmat Party's C.K. Raut defeated Upendra Yadav of Janata Samajwadi Party. Janmat Party has just 1 seat at the parliament, and Raut's role could be an influential one in shaping the new government. The other new entrant to the parliament from November 20 elections is Nagrik Unmukti Party with Ranjita Shrestha, who won from Kailali 1. The party has 3 seats at the parliament, which also includes Gangaram Chaudhary. Coincidentally, both Shrestha and Chaudhary are incarcerated leader Resham Chaudhary's near relatives. Nagrik Unmukti Party's role is also expected to be keenly watched. Likewise, Rashtriya Jana Morcha chair Chitra Bahadur Kesi has also booked a seat at the lower house. His party has been supporting the ruling alliance. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked people in several provinces what they think of leaders diving into government equation before reviewing the performances of their parties in the elections. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
अहिले नै सत्ता समीकरणको कुरा गर्ने चाहिँ यो सरासर गलत
कुर्सीकै चलखेल हो हैन नेपाली जनतालाई केही पनि छैन
जनताहरूले दिएको भोटको कदरै छैन
यिनीहरुलाई देशको माया छैन खाली सत्ताको माया छ
राजनीतिक दलहरु चाहिँ यो सत्ताप्रतिको मोह
सरकारमा जाने यिनलाई हतार भयो
सरकार बनाउनु पहिलो प्राथमिकता होइन
यो चोटीको निर्वाचनमा चाहिँ सरकार गठन भन्दा चाहिँ जनताहरूले चाहिँ परिवर्तन चाहेका छन्
विदेशी राजदूतलाई सम्म भेटेको समाचारहरू बाहिर आएका छन्
The Parliament Secretariat has begun preparations for the new session of the Parliament. This includes repair works of the parliamentary party offices for new parties and lawmakers. The Parliament Secretariat is also preparing to assign 3 officials to the main parties and a separate office for parties with at least 2 lawmakers. The second largest party at the Parliament will assume the role of the opposition. Leaders, chief whips and whips of these parties will be provided with a vehicle and a driver. Parties that collect 3% or more proportionate votes will be given the status of a national party. The elected lawmakers will receive a salary of 55,230 rupees per month, along with special allowances, meeting allowances, among other facilities. Lawmakers who are living in rented houses in the capital will also receive 18,000 rupees per month, while those who own houses will receive 9,000 rupees per month for repair works. The question thus remains if the lawmakers that reap benefits from the state coffers will deliver the aspirations of the voters. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's the question. What's your take on the high presence of parties in the parliament? Your options are A, good aspect of democracy, B, risk of instability, and C, normal mandate. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Situation grew tense after the Kathmandu metropolis and the high-powered Committee for Integrated Development of the Bagmati Civilization deployed force to remove the settlement of land squatters at the bank of the Bagmati River in Thapatali yesterday. The residents of the settlement resorted to protest after the Kathmandu metropolis used heavy equipment vehicles and deployed police to remove the land squatter settlement, and both sides clashed. Prior to this, the Kathmandu metropolis had begun a campaign to remove the settlements of the land squatters, as the deadline to remove the infrastructures and temporary shelters of the settlement was ignored. The high-powered Committee for Integrated Development of the Bagmati Civilization had given a 10-day period for the removal of the unauthorized structures. The committee had then sought support from the metropolis for the removal of the settlement. And that's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.